Hi guys, good morning. It's not morning, it's like 3:30, almost 3:30. This little girl is looking at me. She has ice cream. I want ice cream. Anyways, doing the intro in the car today because I'm here waiting for my sister to get out of school, and it's kind of the only time that I have right now. Today we're going to be doing something that I have done before. I've never recorded it before. I've recorded something similar to this. Today I'm going to be taking little wooden blocks and I'm going to be gluing them together, and we're going to be making a Minecraft 3D flower. It's not going to be like 3D, it's more like 2D, 3D. If that makes any sense. You know what I mean. Now the last time I did this, I think it was either a rose or a peony. I don't know how to say it, but it was a red flower and I did it as a present, so I didn't record it. Now I'm gonna be making two of them today, and the two that I'm going to be making, they are gonna be special again, but I did want to record it this time because I want to show you guys and I want to let others know so that they can do it too, because this is really fun. The first time I did anything Minecraft related on these little wooden blocks, I made a TikTok video and it was me making a dirt block. It was on a wooden block like this. I'll put it up, it's right here. And then when I did the flower this last time, I think I did it on these wooden blocks as well. The reason I'm gonna be using these little ones instead of these big ones is just because I have more of these ones. I'm gonna be making an Oxeye Daisy and a Dandelion. I don't remember what the first one is called exactly. It's this one and this one I'm gonna be making. But yeah, let's see how this turns out. I think it's gonna be really cute. Okay, perfect timing because the kids are getting out of school. I see kids walking already and I'm scared of kids. I'm gonna go. Enjoy the time lapse of me making these flowers. I will see you guys at the end. I was debating whether or not to do this voiceover and just like add music in the background, and then I was thinking about it and I tried it out with like just the music, and personally I did not like it, so unfortunately you will be hearing me talk for the rest of this video. I started off by making the dandelion. This first flower went so well in so many ways. I started off just by like laying down the placement of my blocks, and this is the glue that I'm using to stick these blocks together. It says that it's perfect for wood, so you know, so we'll see. I took some of the glue and I put it down on a piece of trash, and I used a paintbrush to glue onto the sides of each and every block so that I could like glue them together. And I tried to do the smart thing and glue like every row at a time, and then I like put the little towers off to the side like standing, hoping to let like gravity do its thing and like gluing the rows together, and it kind of worked, not gonna lie. And after my little wooden towers dried, I put them back in the shape that I needed, and I just like glued together all the rows one at a time again, because again, I thought it'd be easier. I put it off to the side and I let gravity do its thing. Now I'm using a photo grid as a reference. You can screenshot this, you can steal it if you'd like, but all I did was that I downloaded a picture of the flower that I wanted to make, and I went over it with like black lines, and then I put the color palette on the side and connected the blocks with like the same color, just to like make it easier in my head of like which color goes where, but whatever. And finally it was time to glue it all together to make the actual flower. I painted a thin layer of glue over the face of the flower, hoping that it would help because I was like really scared it was gonna fall apart. And then when that was done, I took the glue and I painted it in to try to fill the holes in between some of those wooden blocks, because some of them were off by like a couple millimeters, which just like threw the whole thing off, and it was like bad, like really bad in some places. So I tried to fix that. I don't think it worked very well, but I tried. Anyways, I think I underestimated how big this daisy was gonna be, but after I laid it all out on my notebook, I was like, oh my goodness, this barely fits. And I was like, okay, well, let's just do this. We already started, we're not gonna back out now, which honestly is a motto that I should be following like all the time, but I'm always abandoning my paintings, so oops. Anyways, so again, I'm like gluing all the pieces together and I let gravity do its thing. I put my towers off to the side, and you won't ever see this, but I actually messed up when I glued the pieces of the daisy together, and then when I realized it off camera, I cried about it. Because I thought that I would like need to start all over, but it's okay, because then my sister was like, why don't you just flip it and do this? And I was like, well, what do you mean? I didn't understand her at first, because like, I don't know, I'm slow. So she had to explain it to me like 3 times, and it all worked out. Everything's fine. Now I have no idea where this glue came from, but I'm not kidding you when I say we've had this glue in my house for actual years. And now I'm finally getting rid of it doing like these little Minecraft projects. A 10 out of 10, would not recommend, just because I feel like this takes a while to dry, and maybe this was just like user error, but I feel like I had to apply a much thicker layer than I wanted to, or else the blocks, they just like would not stick together. And because of the gaps that the blocks left, I needed to like fill the space with some extra glue, you know? Now that the flowers are all glued together, I can start the painting. I started off with a white base because that's what like other people do, and I thought it'd be easier, but I think I regret it. So do it at your own risk. Because the paints that I'm using are pretty cheap, I had to use like 3 layers for each color. But you know, that's what you get when you don't want to pay the premium price. And I also used like straight from the tube color for most of these, because again, it was easier, and you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. I broke down the painting process by starting off with the stems because they both had like the same types of greens, and I needed 3 different shades of green, and it just so happens that I had 3 different shades of green that I thought were like perfect to use. So I painted that, and as I was painting, I tried to paint the edges of it and like the back of it at the same time, just to like hopefully speed up the process. I don't think it helped very much. I think it might have slowed me down. It's fine, whatever, it's done. I moved on to the yellows, and I only had to mix up like 2 new colors, but I think I did a pretty good job, if I say so myself. I used the same colors that I used in the yellow of the dandelion for like the center of the daisy, and I think it looks pretty good. I do have like a hard time mixing colors, especially with like the ring light right in my face. I think that like my color perception was like obstructed, like I couldn't see properly, and I was afraid that like the color would dry darker than I wanted it to. So I was afraid to go dark when making the colors, but I think it turned out okay in the end. This is my reference for the daisy. Again, you can screenshot it. You can use my technique to make this project easier on whatever, you know, whatever you gotta do, go ahead. I feel like for the whites of the daisy, I had a harder time because it was white on white, and I had to like mix shades of like white gray, not like gray. So like again, I didn't want it to like look too dark, and I tried to like adjust the color slightly after like each layer, and I think the colors of the daisy look like so much better in person than on camera or like in pictures, because like in person it doesn't look like much. It doesn't look like it's all white, but I promise you there are different shades in there. Again, with the petals, I did do like, I tried to do it on the front and the back and the sides, and I think it was slowing me down because then I had to like wait for everything to dry, and I couldn't like set it down because it was like wet on both sides. So I think that just like, I think I set myself up for failure with that, but it's fine, whatever. And finally, we're all done. I used this satin varnish to finish these flowers off, making sure to get the sides and the back, make sure everything is all evenly well coated. Hi guys, how are we doing? This is the product of the dandelion flower. I think this one's super cute. I love it a lot. I'm very happy with how it turned out in the colors and everything. I think it looks super nice. I'm really happy with how it came out, and I hope you guys like it too. This is the daisy that I made. This is a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be. Like, it's not that big, but like in comparison to the dandelion, it's pretty big. Because the dandelion is like the size of the stem of the daisy. Like, this thing's taller than my head. It's pretty big. I'm really happy with how it came out. Okay, so it does look different on camera. The way that the whites are, it's different in person, I swear. It's not that much different, but it is different. I was just afraid. I didn't want to make it too dark, but I think it looks nice anyways. I'm gonna take this as a win. I think it looks nice, and I'm very proud of it. I'm also super proud of the little dandelion. This one's my favorite just because it's small and it's cute, and I like it a lot. If you guys end up recreating this, or you're inspired to make another Minecraft flower, send it to me, show it to me. I want to see it. I can't wait to make more flowers in the future. One day I'm gonna make a whole bouquet, and it's gonna be so beautiful. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy them. I think they look good. I hope you think they look good. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm super proud of myself for this. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.